Why do humans form tribes? From prehistoric clans hunting for survival to modern political divisions and sports rivalries, tribalism is a deeply ingrained part of our nature. But what drives this behavior? How does our biology, psychology, and culture fuel this tendency to divide the world into us and them? Today, we'll explore the science of in-group and out-group behavior and how it shapes the way we live, work, and interact with one another. To understand tribalism, we have to look at its evolutionary origins. Tens of thousands of years ago, early humans faced harsh environments filled with predators, scarce resources, and hostile rival groups. Survival depended on cooperation within small, tight-knit bands. Forming strong bonds with others in your group provided protection, improved hunting success, and ensured the survival of offspring. These groups didn't just share food and labor, they shared trust, loyalty, and a sense of belonging. But alongside this cooperation came competition. Early humans also needed to recognize and defend against outsiders who could threaten their survival. This ability to distinguish us from them became a critical survival mechanism, shaping how our brains and societies evolved. Tribalism is not just a cultural phenomenon, it's rooted in the biology of our brains. When we encounter someone from our in-group, our brains activate regions associated with empathy, reward, and trust. Neuroimaging studies have shown that the ventral striatum, a part of the brain involved in processing rewards, lights up when people think about their in-group. This is why belonging feels good. It's literally rewarding. But the story changes when we encounter someone from an out-group. The amygdala, a part of the brain involved in detecting threats, often activates when we see someone who is different from us. This response happens quickly and unconsciously, driven by ancient neural pathways designed to assess potential threats. While this instinct may have helped our ancestors survive, it can also lead to prejudice, stereotyping, and fear in modern contexts. What's fascinating is how easily humans form in-groups and out-groups. Psychologists have demonstrated this through what's known as minimal group theory. In these experiments, people are divided into groups based on arbitrary criteria, something as trivial as a coin flip or a preference for a painting. Despite knowing these groups are meaningless, participants consistently favor their own group, showing loyalty and bias even when no real stakes exist. This tendency is so powerful that it emerges in children as young as 3 years old, suggesting that group loyalty is deeply ingrained in our development. The implications are profound. If such arbitrary divisions can create bias, real-world identities like race, religion, or nationality have an even stronger hold on our perceptions and behaviors. While tribalism began as a survival mechanism, it has evolved in modern society. Today, it manifests in a variety of ways, from sports rivalries to political partisanship. When people identify strongly with a group, their loyalty becomes emotional and deeply tied to their sense of self. This is why debates about politics, religion, or identity often feel so personal. They're not just about ideas, they're about belonging. Social media amplifies these divisions. Online echo chambers create environments where people primarily interact with others who share their beliefs. This reinforces in-group loyalty and heightens hostility toward out-groups, making divisions more entrenched and less likely to be bridged. Tribalism is both a strength and a vulnerability. On the positive side, it fosters community, loyalty, and cooperation. It's why we have families, nations, and cultural traditions. It allows us to come together to achieve common goals and support one another in times of need. But tribalism also has a darker side. Throughout history, it has fueled wars, discrimination, and systemic oppression. When in-group loyalty turns into out-group hostility, it can lead to dehumanization, a psychological process that makes it easier to justify harm against others. This is how tribalism, once a survival tool, becomes a source of conflict and division. So, can we overcome our tribal instincts? research suggests that it's possible. One of the most effective ways to reduce in-group and out-group divisions is through cooperation. When people from different groups work together toward a shared goal, they begin to see each other as individuals rather than stereotypes. This is known as the contact hypothesis, which states that meaningful interactions between groups can reduce prejudice and foster understanding. Another key is in emphasizing shared identities. When people focus on what unites them, whether it's a common goal, a shared humanity, or even a love for the same sports team, they are less likely to view others as them. Tribalism is a fundamental part of what makes us human. It has shaped our evolution, our societies, and our personal identities. While it has helped us survive and thrive in groups, it also presents challenges in a world where cooperation across boundaries is more important than ever. By understanding the science of tribalism, we can learn to navigate its complexities, harnessing its strengths while mitigating its dangers. The more we recognize the common threads that bind us, the closer we come to bridging the divides that separate us. Thank you for watching ThinkLab. If you enjoyed this exploration of the human condition, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more journeys into the fascinating world of science, psychology, and society.